said, yes, he did have I would say, very rough beginning of the year, almost, the first 4 or 5 months of the year where he a lot of people don't know, didn't even train. And, it was at a point where, he almost thought about giving up. But his glorious spirit came through and he picked it up and he delivered yesterday, and that was the goal.
Dennis, Chad Nichols, I don't know if Chad's here, but congratulations to you and him. What a great team assembled to help this gentleman here get his second standout trophy. How was it working with Dennis?
It's very hard to work with Dennis because if you don't give him 100%, he changes your face and he comes it's like bombard. But I'm really excited talking with Dennis every day. He pushed me to another level, and thank you for him and his family. His wife, same. I appreciate for what she's doing for me later on. It's great hospitality. I feel like in my home, they are my second family here in Africa.
Well, speaking of family, who's the tougher trainer, Dennis or his wife?
My first.
Now, hang on. I saw a video, so Dennis showed me video.
صباح الفل عليكم يا رجاله.
I see video of his wife with the counter, big front double bicep.
الناس اللي بتتفرج عند هاني بنت يا جدعان، انا فاتح لايف، خشوا عندي ها. خشوا عندي ها. انا اخش عندي يا جدعان عشان ما ينفعش كده والله يا جدعان. يا جدعان الناس اللي بتتفرج عند هاني بنك.
Ronnie, congratulations, my friend.
Good.
Miss Gillen, or whatever your name is now. So you got married this year, so. But we're still going with Gillen because that's what keeps winning the titles, right? So now.
انا عندي جودة في اللايف الجودة عندي 1,000,000%. يا جماعة والله جودة التصوير مش هتلاقوها بعد كده. ايوه والله في ناس بتيجي. امبابي بيقول والله انا دخلت عندك يا رضا. ايوه شوف انت كملت على طول.
My journey is a little bit different because of the hunger that I have just as a person in general in life and business and schooling, everything. I'm just a hungry person. So for me, every single show is just a start over. And that's been what this is because I started prep again yesterday. So as soon as I'm on stage, I have my egg whites and my oats. I have my one sheet meal on Friday and I'm back ready to go for hopefully number 6 and keep working every single year. But that's what I want to be a continuous champion. And that's what I really want to be. And I'm glad to say I'm not leaving behind.
And you're not taking loans, as you just said, you're not taking any time off at all. But even going towards the future, as we talked in the winner's circle last night on the big stage, you got no intention of slowing marriage, kid, whatever this and that. You got no intention of slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, the plan is the plan. My plan is to go until I can't go anymore.
انا المشاهدة نزلت عندي جامد. انا غلبان 300 بس 300 ربنا يزيدك. يا جماعة اللي هناك ال 170 وال 180 دول. بص اديكم خش عندي والله هجيب لكم جودة حلوة. دي المنافسة الغير شريفة يا رضوان. والله هعمل لكم فيديوهات للساندو حلوة. شوف الدكتورة النسرين عندك، ماشي يا دكتورة النسرين، والله هعمل لك انفولو من عندك. ايوه بقول لك الناس الباقية
First time to defending to now defending it for the fourth time, so it would be your fifth victory.
بقول لك ايه، في ناس داخله عندي بتقول حساب رضوان الكواتيحي وبتاع، بيعملوا لك شير عندنا.
There's a calmness now to it because
يعني
When
ما
it
هم اللي
comes
عندي
to
هم اللي عندك،
experience,
بس
nothing
يعني 170 دول مش عندي
you have to
فهيجوني.
see it's different like saying okay
كلهم
I've done
بالانجليزي
it
بس
before
عشان
but you've done it so many times at a
مش
successful
هترجم لك
level
بقى، شو
you get
مش هترجم
comfort
لك.
in that and
قول لهم روح هنا يا
you
جدعان.
that's propelling you forward and that changes it because the first time coming back and defending is it can make you very anxious. Very, very anxious because you're really constantly trying to prove to yourself like, hey, the first time wasn't a fluke. Let me solidify this. Let me show that, hey, this is my title and this is what I worked for and I deserved it the first time, I deserved it this time and any time after. So when you go on with
ايوه خش عند هاني وقول الصورة في اللايف عند رضوان احسن. سامعني بسرعة يلا.
I was doing the work 365. There's nothing more that I could do, but I was going to still find something to really, really refine and keep looking
ماشي يا
and
ابن الذين.
searching for the absolute best athlete I can be. And I still think
كم واحد كده يخشوا اللايف عند هاني ويكتبوا في الكومنتات اللايف عند رضوان احسن. هو فين رامي راح فين؟
So you've had quite the game of competitors coming literally since your first.
ان شاء الله يوم 18 راجعين باذن الله. يوم 18 راجعين. رامي عنده كذا حاجه هنا هيخلص والرجوع هيبقى يوم 18.
انا اسف والله يا
Yeah, you
جماعه.
thought that your backstage and your honesty.
يعني انا خسرتكم والله، انا اسف
I
والله.
don't know if it's gonna go my way. Did that ever happen in these 5 years?
خش عند رضوان ها.
خش عند رضوان يا جماعه. كلنا
I just started my third semester. I expedited my program at USC. I was getting my master's at the time. So at that time it was mid-finals.
Kind of squeezing it in.
اسافر بكره ان انا هوصل يوم 12 ان شاء
So
الله.
the program was
هاجي
essentially
قبل
2
رامي
years. I got it done in a year and a half. So during that time, I had
هو
the
بتاعت
pressure
مستر
of
أولمبيا
making
مصر.
sure I'm a perfectionist at heart.
أولمبيا مصر يا جماعة، عايزين كلنا نكثف جهودنا عليها إن شاء الله.
So when it comes to it, the sport is amazing. I love the sport, but when my grades come into play,
ما هاني لازم ينزل قبلنا طبعا.
okay, it needs to be an A+.
وبعد لازم يجهز الاحتفال بتاع رامي برضه يعني. مين اللي هيحتفل برامي يعني؟ مش لازم تجهز الاحتفال زي 2017.
ايوه
مش بهزر والله.
يا مسهل.
I'm always going to be as a student athlete. The athlete is always going to be second. So when I was thinking of that, that kind of made everything a lot harder. I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure I was still making straight A's, still maintaining a 3.9 GPA the entire time, still working.
والله الدرة تقريبا روح. مستر اسلام الدرة هيروح النهارده؟ لا موجود. هيروح من بكره بقى هنا. كله مروح بكره ان شاء الله.
I don't play ball. Look now, the grades have got to be on point. So I had the most pressure then, and at that moment when that happened, then I had scoliosis and lordosis. So we had made a split decision.
Captain Asaba.
Like, oh, let's see if we can kind of fix it.
اهو.
Dumbest decision I've ever made in my entire life. So stupid. But you learn.
Going on here is just like that.
So I kind of made this makeshift lift. And so what happens is you make the lift, everything starts from your feet up. So then my hips shifted, my spine shifted, and my scoliosis started to shift as well. So literally I'm backstage at the Olympia. My track is cramping up, the whole right side of my back is cramping because it's shifting, and my spine is still shifting because it's going to where it's supposed to be, not where it was meant to be for me. So at that point I was like, hey, I'm here now. There's literally nothing I can do. I was getting a massage backstage in between individuals and comparisons, just to be able to get out on stage and not be in pain from my spine. So once you go through stuff like that and it literally is out of your hands, there's a calmness that you can't explain because that's
خرج والله دي ناس خرج.
you literally can't control it. To the point where your shoulder is just raising in a category.
حبيب قلبي.
It makes no symmetry for most of us. But it's important. You have to look the same. So when you go through that mentally, you have to check in but check out and just give it all you have at that time. So that was the one time I was like, hey, this may not be your day, but hey, I'm gonna give it 150%. Lean it all. I was like this, but hey, I'm gonna make it work.
صباح الفل عليك ورجاله والله.
All you've done is put yourself in a different category. That is greatest figure Olympian of all time. And new 212 champion.
اوه.
All year you're telling me, I'm gonna hear those 2 words, man. It's coming. You've been telling us for 3 years it's coming, but this year you did it.
Yes, finally.
لا
all
لا
the stars in line.
يا جماعة ده بيبقى
So
شو.
last year
هاري
backstage,
شوبان بيكون كل
caught
احترام
up with
وتقدير
Connie
لرامي،
Grandma,
ورامي
and
بيكون
we
كل
started
تقدير
talking,
واحترام
and
لهاري
one thing
شوبان.
led to
ده
another.
بيبقى
He
شو يا
believed
جماعة
in
عشان
me, and
الجمهور
he wanted
يستمتع
to see
إن
me
في حماسة
succeed, and he
زي ما
wanted to
كأنك
see me at
بتتفرج
my
على
best.
ماتش
So
الأهلي
I had the
والزمالك.
opportunity to work with him this past year, and
مجرد إمتاع.
things turned out really, really well. He definitely, obviously, my physique changed my physique, but he also changed, you know, my mental state too, as far as being a professional bodybuilder. This is not just about the physique, but it's about the mind too. Just he said, listen, you just gotta focus on yourself and learn the process. I'm gonna teach you, and you know, things worked out this time.
Well, they sure did.
Sean.
Now, for those that have subscribed to my Voice of Bodybuilding podcast, you will see that Nostradamus
صباح الخير جلال الحرباوي. منور منور.
successfully predicted that this man would win the 212. We all thought it was nuts. Ain't gonna do it. Sean Clarita's too tough. Beat him last year. Ain't gonna happen. Nostradamus was right.
كابتن شعبان.
Yeah, Sean, he's an amazing competitor, and like he was spot on this weekend. And to be honest with you, I didn't want to mention Kamal. I think Kamal was at his best too, placing third.
At 50 years old.
Yeah, so I have to give props to them and much respect. To be honest, I actually Sean and I are our friends, and I had seen him win last year. You know, I was gracious to him winning, and I was really happy for him, and he paid the favor in return.
كابتن عمرو البوصيري المتحدث الرسمي دلوقتي خليه يترجم.
So even though we're competitors on stage, we still support one another. We're still happy for each other, and I really want to make sure. You know, I really want the amateurs coming up, and the people that are wanting to be at the Olympia level to understand that this is not just competitive. There's a lot of camaraderie in this sport too, and you know, we should just be focused on ourselves and trying to better ourselves, but also see each other succeed and do well too. So it really is about a bond that we all share. It's a passion we all have for fitness and bodybuilding, and it's really just our own goals of being better ourselves. So we're really like competing for one day really of the year, and
William
we should be able to come together and support one another.
لا انت لازم تجيب لنا النتائج. هو حد كان فاكر يركز في اي حاجه.
Here, I'm going to say this. You've all heard the expression, bodybuilding shows are one from the back. It's a little bit overused, and it's a
ربنا
little
يكرم السنه الجايه يكون في
cliche.
التوب 5 باذن الله.
Front, the side,
يا جماعه
three pose we can think of as three pose and all that. But in this particular instance, I'm going to contend right now, not only did you win it from the back, but I think your back double bias, with all due respect to the present company, was the best in the entire show. Absolutely fantastic.
Well, I appreciate that. I'm not going to make any comments.
Not with 300 pound big round.
Not with 300 pounds, I'm not going to say.
سنه صغير فما شاء الله عليه ده اللي انا اقدر اقوله.
Well, I appreciate
لكن
that.
هو مش سامحني
You know, that has been a strong, you know, shot for me. I would say something that I remember early on in bodybuilding, I remember watching Jay Cutler, you know, the YouTube. He's really been a big inspiration for me getting into the sport and getting to where I am today. So I remember him, you know, saying in some of his videos, you know, bodybuilding is one from the back. So every time I go into the gym and train back, I said, nobody's going to beat my back. Nobody's going to beat my back. You can ask anybody I've trained with back in the day. You know, that's what I would say every back day. So I go even harder. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe it has something to do with my wrestling background. Maybe genetics. I don't know what it is, but I'm just trying to be the best all-around bodybuilder I could possibly be. And to me, the best bodybuilder is the most complete package. You know, top to bottom, front to back, side to side, symmetrical, beautiful, and also kind of crazy, nasty, freakish at the same time. So I'm just trying to be the best I can be.
So here are those standards last night.
موجود في الحدث
I mean, actually,
اكتر
you
من
can't
اللي انا
enjoy the Olympic
بعمله. انا
victories.
ما بعملش
Some folks got a microphone in your face on stage.
لا بقى لا تواضع
What are you
ولا
going to do
كلام
next
بقى
year?
مرسل ولا مش عارف
Can I enjoy this for like 1 second?
اي واحد فينا كمصري
But,
هو موجود في
but I keep
الحدث
hearing a whole bunch of Spanish. You know
الكاميرا
what? I'd like
بتاعته
to see this
هتبقى
next
منفذ
year.
للعالم كله اللي مش
You're about the same height as actually we'll call them the man,
ولا اي حاجه ده واجب علينا
and Hunter and Hadi. You guys are all about the same, so certainly it's not a height or size thing. But you want to say next to this guy anytime soon?
Anytime soon. Well, you know, I think that now that we do have the 212 title, assessing my physique in the 212, I know it can be better. So I think there's some refinement that I can do, but also at the same time, I know what I can look like at 225, 230, or maybe even more than that. And I I'm someone that, you know, is very diligent on the plan. So, like I said, I'm working with my grandpa, and whatever plan that he lays in front of me, I'm going to execute to the best of my ability. So he and I need to talk about that. It might be something where, you know, I want to come back and defend the 212 and see if I can come back for that title. But it also could be something where, let's see if we can just push up into the open and let my body grow. So it's something that he and I are going to talk about, and I can only imagine eventually you're going to see me in the open.
All right, let me hang on. Translate. So Big Ron, what he said was, he's coming after you, big man.
Yeah, I can't wait to stand behind me before I finish my career.
Good for Derek Lunsford.
يا نعم.
Now, two-time Olympian champion. Putting it out there, challenges everybody, trying to coach Shanique Grant out of retirement that you sent her into. She didn't want no party yet. But all you did was back it up. You bought a physique absolutely phenomenal. Fantastic showing for you, and arguably better than even last year. You just continue to improve. But how does it feel getting that title for the second time?
I mean, it's so cliche. It just feels great, you know. I think coming into this year's Olympia as the defending champion was definitely a very new experience for me. But I thoroughly enjoyed it, and you know, kind of to piggyback off a lot of things that Sydney was saying earlier, you get that drive, and when you succeed and it works, that's just so much more motivation to do the same thing but do it even better. And so that's just what we did. I mean, obviously, I still have a lot of, you know, room to improve and a lot of areas to just develop and mature, and you know, it's just I'm just going to keep going and going and going.
Well, you hit Natalia. She's all the way down there. We're going to come to you next because you guys are competing against. You both came in as pretty much the favorites. 1-2 is going to come down with these two ladies. You guys have earned that respect, of course. So when you guys got next to each other, what was the mentality?
المشاهدات قلت عندي وزادت عندي انا عشان بيترجم ما عشان بيكلمها انما انا قاعد صامت
بعد كده I don't even see anything else. You just look out and you
بس خدوا بالكم بيقول معلومات غلط هو بيقول معلومات غلط عشان يجمع مشاهدات.
The way that I it's kind of silly, but the way that I do posing, like each pose is its own routine. You know, so when they call a front load bicep, I'm like, okay, this first, this second, this third, and then you just hold it. And then when they call the next pose, so you go into these like individual routines almost for each. So I'm just, you know, very, very focused, and you know, always going into a show, like you said, I'm always very confident in what I bring. I think that's just because I know the work that I put in. And so if you do the work, you know that you're going to be successful because you're putting in and you're doing everything that you need to do.
Is it a different feeling going in as the champion instead of the challenger? Because you were a top challenger for a few years before you won. Is the feeling different when you're defending the title, or is it
It's very different. And I think that the biggest difference is that you really have to outdo yourself. And you have to, you know, everybody says, oh, you know, you focus on yourself and this and that. And it's true.
Number
but
one.
When you're from behind, you are always looking up. And when you're in front and there's nobody in front of you, well, you have to take it even harder.